but let's get those legs going. If you're struggling, just gentle, you can just slide the foot forward and slide it in. But remember, sitting up tall. So if you started to slouch now, remind yourself to get back up, or use those pillows if you're struggling. And then we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. So this is your coordination. Be careful, it might take you a few attempts. You might be going like this for a while, and that's absolutely fine. And that's your coordination with the leg stretch. So the next one is our palm taps. Not sure we've done this one. So palms in front, and then just tapping the knee up to the palm, sitting up tall, pelvic floor on and strong. And all these moves can be done in standing or seated. So if you want a harder class, but you're still in beginners and you want to be a bit more cautious, you can do it in standing, which will make it a little bit harder sometimes. Some of the moves are actually harder in seated. So grabbing the green ball if you've got one, or a tennis ball, or a remote control, or the phone, or whatever you've got, an item to just swing around. If you don't have an item, you can just use your hands. It just gives you a reminder of which hand you're working on at the time. And arms out to the side, shoulders down. Remember shoulders, so lots of people are here and then I say shoulders down and then they bring their arms down. My shoulders are still by my ears. The shoulders need to be down. So your arms are here, shoulders are up. You need to bring your shoulders down. The arms do not need to move. Lots of people can't separate those areas. They just think my shoulders are attached to this, that's their move. It's not, they're all individual parts and they all need separate movement from the brain, a message. But the problem is if you're not aware what your shoulder is, or that the shoulder is separate to the arm, the brain won't get that message. So it's remembering shoulders are this area, arms are these. You can do arms and shoulders, but you can also just do the shoulders or just do the arms. So it's our arm circles or chalk circles. This used to be, it's called chalk circle because people used to draw a circle on a board in front of them, trying to keep the arm straight as best as you can, but you're also using the other arm nice and out straight for stamina. Sitting up tall, pelvic floor on, circling that arm, 2 in one direction and then 2 in the other. Then don't worry if it's making weird noises and cracks, that's totally normal. We are waking up the joints. So the warm-up is to wake up the joints basically. So the joints, the more they move, the more synovial fluid between the joints will start working. You move, the body goes, oh, she's moving, I need to send fluid to those joints so they can move easier. So the more you start to move, the more easier it will become. But at the start, it starts to crack and crunch and things. Placing that down, and then we're going to go for our spiky ball in standing. If you can't stand, stay seated, you can do the same. If you need to hold on, make sure you're using the chair, you're stuck, not too close, but you're close enough that you can reach it without changing your posture. So with your standing alignment, your hip distance, but because we're using the ball, we're going to be a bit shallower, wider, sorry. So hip distance is there, so that's where my foot would be on top of the ball. So I want to be in the centre, so I want to bring my foot by the side, and then this one's just going wider so that when I do come on the ball, I'm at hip distance, okay? And you don't want the ball in front. I see so many people there following, and they see their posture is here. We need to bring the ball back and standing up tall. You cannot stand up tall easily whilst looking down and having the ball in front of you. So make sure you're hip distance, but you're standing wider. It's just the ball is in the position where the foot is going to be. We're standing up tall, pelvic floor on and strong, but those knees are soft. Hold onto the chair if you need to. Coming over onto the one foot, try not to look down if you can, and then standing on that ball, rolling from the toes to the heel. Check your posture, check your hips, check your shoulders, check your head. Everything's in line, pelvic floor is on and you're neutral. And just rolling from the toes to the heels. Remember to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we're going to press on the ball. So pressing with the front of the foot, the pad of the foot, then the middle of the foot, the arch, and then that heel, the back of the foot. And again, and you'll either love or hate the spiky ball. If you don't have a spiky ball, you can use a tennis ball, stepping off and over to the other side, or even a can of beans. I've been using the beans for weights this week with one of my classes. So you can just roll with that. It's not as easy to press, you can, but be careful with the can. You want to open it by the end of it, if you want the food out of it. But also you don't want to hurt your floor either. But you can use something else. Anything you can roll on the base of your foot basically. So again, trying to stand on with that other side of the foot, standing up tall, hips level, knees soft, especially in the standing leg. Pelvic floor on, weight into the heels, and just rolling. And then pressing on the ball with the front of the foot, the middle of the foot, and the heel. Once more, front, middle, and heel. And then bringing that ball aside. If you use that ball for your arm exercises, keep hold of it. I'm going to use my green ball. So this is your abduction. So waking up the neck as well as the arms at the same time, looking down at the ball, passing the arms out to the side and looking up at the ball. If you can't bring your arms above your head, in front is absolutely fine. Just make things smaller, makes things easier. Pelvic floor on strong and not changing anything. The arms are out to the side and coming above, but the head's going up and down, but you're not leaning back or forward. You're nice and straight for the rest of the body. And then bringing those down. So into our heel and arms, it's our angels. So coming up onto the toes, raising the heels and raising the arms up. Pelvic floor on and strong. Stretching up and down. Good guys, well done. If you're struggling, you can hold onto the chair, heels up, heels down, or you can do it seated as well. You can do one arm at a time, whatever you feel like.